The night had unleashed a relentless snowfall, transforming our small New England town into a breathtaking landscape, cloaked in a pure, untouched white blanket. I stood by the frost-kissed window, a steaming mug of tea cradled in my hands, as the early January light spilled into the streets, painting them with a gentle, ethereal glow. The stillness outside enveloped me, a calming presence that felt almost sacred, echoing the profound quiet that had woven itself into the fabric of my life. Since Nathan's departure, my ex-husband, Liam, had shattered our world when he left. Nathan, just 4 years old at the time, watched as his father packed his bags and walked away, thrusting us into the daunting task of forging a new life together. It was a struggle, but against all odds, Liam and I prevailed. He transformed into my lifeline, the wellspring of my deepest happiness. At 21, Liam was beginning to carve out his own identity. A budding photographer, my dreams loomed larger than the confines of this small town, when suddenly, the echo of footsteps descending the stairs jolted me from my reverie. They stood firm, exuding a quiet confidence that mirrored the newfound self-assurance radiating from Liam. As he stepped into the kitchen, clad in a cozy knit sweater and well-worn jeans, his camera casually draped over his shoulder, his smile radiated warmth, capable of thawing the chill of the coldest January morning. "Good morning, Mom," he said, leaning in to plant a soft kiss on my cheek. The whisper of his stubble grazed my skin, a subtle reminder of the distance he'd traveled in his journey of growth. "Good morning, my love," I responded, my voice warm and inviting. "Where are you headed at this early hour?" "The lake," he exclaimed, his voice brimming with excitement. "The light glimmers with an ethereal quality after the fresh snowfall, and I feel an urgent need to capture its fleeting beauty before it fades away." With a firm nod, a surge of pride coursed through my chest. Liam possessed an uncanny ability to perceive beauty, capturing nuances that eluded the gaze of those around him. It was the reason his photographs whispered tales, instead of merely freezing fleeting moments in time. "Are you in need of a companion?" I found myself asking, the words escaping my lips before I could fully comprehend their weight. Usually, I allowed him to immerse himself in his creative world, but today an irresistible force drew me to his side. His eyes sparkled with a fervent thrill. "Is that true? Would you really join me on this journey?" "Of course," I replied, a smile playing on my lips. The lake lay shrouded in memories, its winter visage a distant echo from another time. Wrapped tightly against the biting cold, we ventured forth, the frigid air biting at our cheeks as we forged our way through the snow-laden streets. The lake lay just ahead, yet each step felt like a journey into the depths of thought, a quiet meditation unfolding with every footfall. As we arrived at the shore, the breathtaking view left me utterly speechless. The lake reflected the ghostly sky, its surface a perfect glass, while the skeletal trees stood sentinel along its shores. Frost clung to the branches, shimmering like precious jewels in the embrace of the morning sunlight. With a sense of urgency, Liam swiftly adjusted his camera, meticulously angling it to capture the perfect shot. I observed him, entranced by the intensity in his gaze and the fluidity of his hands, which danced with both skill and fervor. In those fleeting moments, shadows of Nathan danced before my eyes. Not the man who had departed from our lives, but the dreamer I had once cherished. "Mother," Liam's voice yanked me from the depths of my thoughts, dragging me back to the here and now. He watched me, a small smile playing on his lips, his head tilted ever so slightly, as if he held a secret just out of reach. "Are you all right?" As I brushed the snow from my coat, a thought flickered through my mind. As I observe you in action, a vivid memory of your father floods my mind. To my astonishment, Liam's response to the mention of Nathan was unexpectedly calm. He seldom uttered a word about him, yet today, a flicker of warmth crossed his face. "Do you long for him?" he inquired. With a moment's pause, I finally gave a reluctant nod. "At times, yet not in the manner you might imagine." "You might imagine? You might imagine." The haunting echoes of what might have been linger in my mind, a vision of the family we were destined to become, now just a shadow of lost dreams. Yet I find no remorse in the way events unfolded. It granted me precious moments with you. Liam's gaze locked onto mine, and in that fleeting moment, the weight of unspoken words hung heavy in the air. He moved in, leaving his camera forgotten, and enveloped me in a cocoon of warmth. As the chill of the world faded away, his warmth enveloped me, penetrating the layers of our coats. In that moment, a profound sense of safety washed over me, something I hadn't felt in ages. "I'm glad it's just been us," he murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. "Not for all the treasures in the world would I ever consider altering it." My eyes stung with the threat of tears, but I fought them back, blinking furiously to keep them at bay. "Neither would I whispered, my voice barely breaking the heavy silence that enveloped us. We lingered by the lake as the sun ascended, its warm rays caressing the snow and coaxing the frost to surrender. Liam seized every moment. Sunlight danced upon the ice, casting a mesmerizing sparkle that captivated the eye. The water lapped softly at the edge, creating a gentle ripple where the frozen surface kissed the shore. Amidst this serene landscape, faint tracks of a fox wove a mysterious path through the trees, hinting at secrets hidden in the woods. As I observed him in action, a deep revelation washed over me. Liam had transcended the role of mere son. He stood at the crossroads of his life, an adult determined to carve out his own destiny. Yet regardless of the distant realms his dreams might lead him to, I was certain that the connection we forged would endure, unbreakable and eternal. As we made our way home, I stole a glance at him, a smile dancing at the corners of my lips. "Is that you, Liam?" "Yeah," he replied, his voice barely above a whisper, as if the weight of his words hung in the air, thick with unspoken tension. "Swear to me, will you? Anything at all. Always keep your eyes open to the wonders that surround you. We crave more of that." He flashed a grin, his breath swirling into delicate clouds against the biting chill of the air. "I refuse, Mom, I swear it." As we trudged through the thick blanket of snow, side by side, an unfamiliar sensation washed over me, a warmth unfurling within me, as if the chill of the winter morning had silently surrendered to the embrace of spring. "Do you understand?" Liam started, casting a sly glance my way, a playful grin dancing on his lips. A revelation struck me. I finally understood the reason my photos had been fading into the background, lacking the brilliance they once had, Liam declared, his voice laced with contemplation. I tilted my head, a spark of curiosity igniting within me, captivated by the unexpected weight of his words. He halted abruptly, lifting the camera with a steady hand, locking his gaze directly onto me through the lens. "The answer I sought has been lurking in plain sight, waiting for me to uncover its secrets," he pressed on, a grin spreading across his face, as if he held a secret that only he could share. I chuckled, shaking off the snow that clung stubbornly to my coat. "Are you talking about me?" "Barely. Photogenic isn't a word I'd use to describe myself, Liam." He paused, the silence stretching between them like a taut wire, waiting for the right moment to break. In an instant, he captured the moment with a click, leaving me no time to voice my objections. "That's where you're mistaken, Mom," he finally declared, his voice steady yet charged with unspoken tension. "Your beauty is captivating and effortless. It transcends the mere appearance of a model. It's a journey into the depths of a soul, an exploration of what makes a person truly unique. And what about you? Your brilliance is unmatched." His words ignited a warmth within me, causing my cheeks to flush, though the chill in the air had nothing to do with it. "Your command of language is truly remarkable, isn't it?" I responded, forcing a casual tone despite the tension swirling within me. With a mischievous glint in his eye, he winked, a playful spark igniting the air around him. "It was a part of the allure," he playfully remarked. The playful exchange continued, each word crackling with energy. As we strolled back home, he captured moments with his camera, each click accompanied by playful banter that drew out laughter and smiles from me, weaving a tapestry of inside jokes that belonged solely to us. As we approached the house, a sharp ache spread across my face, a testament to the relentless joy that had taken hold of me. Yet it was the most exquisite kind of ache. "I can't wait to show you these," he said, his boots thudding against the wooden floor as we stepped inside, the air thick with anticipation. "I think you'll adore them, but only if I get to approve the edits first," I teased, as I unwrapped my scarf and hung it by the door, anticipation swirling in the air. With a mischievous glint in his eye, he cast me a playful glance before ascending the stairs. "Don't be surprised if they exceed your wildest expectations," he called back, his voice echoing with a hint of mystery. A soft chuckle escaped my lips, the warmth of our exchange wrapping around me like a comforting blanket as I immersed myself in the task of tidying up. Liam vanished into his creative realm, not to be seen again for the rest of the day, a familiar pattern that enveloped him like a shroud. From his room, the haunting notes of music floated down like whispers, interspersed with the delicate clicks of his camera capturing fleeting moments. His concentration was absolute, as if the world around him had faded away, leaving only the task at hand to consume his every thought. The following morning, the enticing scent of freshly brewed coffee beckoned me from the depths of slumber. As I lay there, enveloped in the warmth of my blankets, a sense of reluctance washed over me, battling against the biting chill of the January air that beckoned from outside. As I lingered in the warmth of my blankets, savoring the temptation to drift back into slumber, the door let out a haunting creak, shattering the stillness of the room. Liam stood frozen in the moment, a tray cradled in trembling hands. The rich aroma of steaming coffee wafted through the air, mingling with the sweet scent of a muffin adorned with a flickering candle. A small vase of flowers added a touch of life, their colors vibrant against the backdrop of anticipation. "Happy birthday, Mom," he whispered, his voice brimming with warmth and love. "Liam?" I whispered, my heart swelling with a torrent of emotion as I sat up, struggling to hold back the tears that threatened to spill over. "You really didn't need to go through all this effort." "Of course I did," he replied, his voice steady as he set the tray on my lap, the weight of it a reminder of the moment we shared. "You have earned it." He perched on the edge of the bed, his gaze fixed on me, as I extinguished the flickering candle and took a slow sip of the steaming coffee. It was flawless, exactly as I had always envisioned. The depth of the gesture infused the day with a sense of significance, casting a spell of anticipation before it had even begun. Time slipped away, enveloped in a haze of hushed whispers and fleeting glances that spoke volumes. As evening descended, the house embraced its familiar hush, a silence thick with secrets and shadows. As I nestled into the couch, the pages of the book beckoned, inviting me into a world where tranquility enveloped me like a warm embrace. Just before midnight, the sound of Liam's footsteps echoed down the stairs, breaking the heavy silence of the night. He materialized in the living room, a sleek black box cradled in his hands. His face remained impassive, yet his eyes shimmered with an undeniable thrill. "Mom," he said, his voice steady as he stood before me, a weight of unspoken words hanging in the air. "Prepare yourself for one final surprise that will make your birthday unforgettable." I closed my book, a smile breaking across my face as I looked up at him. "Today has already been a whirlwind for you, Liam. What is this?" "Open it and see," he urged, a playful glint in his eyes. With a sense of anticipation, I lifted the lid, uncovering layers of fragile tissue paper that whispered secrets of what lay beneath. Inside lay an elegant black dress, accompanied by a satin scarf that felt like a whisper of silk against my fingertips. My gaze locked onto it, a wave of silence crashing over me, leaving me momentarily speechless. "Liam," I started, my voice trembling with uncertainty. "It is a breathtaking sight, but wait, there's more," he interjected, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. "Slip it on and make your way upstairs. Believe in me." My heart raced as I paused, grappling with the weight of his request. Yet, the thrill in his voice was utterly contagious. With a surge of determination, I nodded and hefted the box toward my room, each step echoing with the weight of what lay ahead. Clad in the robe, the delicate lingerie hidden beneath, I ascended the stairs, a whirlwind of nerves and anticipation swirling inside me. As I pushed open his door, a wave of awe washed over me, freezing me in place. The room pulsed with a soft red glow, shadows dancing as the light filtered through the fabric draped over the lamps, creating an atmosphere thick with intrigue. A sleek silver pole towered in the heart of the room, enveloped by delicate tendrils of smoke that danced from a machine lurking in the shadows of the corner. On a nearby table rested a black leather cat mask, its surface gleaming with a sleek elegance that hinted at secrets untold. With the camera poised in his grip, Liam turned to face me, anticipation flickering in his eyes. "You look incredible," he said, warmth radiating from his voice, each word laced with sincerity. With a steady hand, he passed me the mask, his voice low and urgent. "Put this on," he commanded. "The photos will transform into something extraordinary." Despite my initial doubts, the warmth of his reassuring smile ignited a flicker of courage within me. "It's just for fun," he whispered, his voice laced with a hint of mischief. "Your selflessness has always shone brightly, a beacon of hope for those around you. Allow me to take this burden upon myself for you." With a steadying breath, I donned the mask and ventured into the pulsating embrace of the crimson light. The room pulsed with vibrant music, its rhythm igniting a surge of energy that enveloped everyone present. Initially, a wave of awkwardness washed over me, but Liam's warm compliments and infectious laughter swiftly melted my unease away. He led me with a gentle touch, seizing moments that danced with playfulness and radiated strength. "You're a natural," he said, his gaze lingering on her as he lowered the camera briefly, capturing the moment between them. "You have no idea just how extraordinary you truly are." His sincerity took me by surprise, and as our eyes locked in the crimson glow, I sensed a profound change in the air. This transcended the realms of photography and birthdays. It was about an unbreakable bond that transcended the ordinary. As the night deepened, I surrendered to him entirely, casting aside my reservations to fully embrace the thrill of the moment. The music's beat throbbed in the air, intertwining with the crimson glow and the delicate mist of the smoke machine. A surge of exhilaration coursed through me, awakening fragments of my being that had long been lost in the shadows of time. Liam halted, his gaze piercing through me, a contemplative look etched on his face. "You're incredible," he whispered, his voice laced with awe. His voice carried a hint of admiration, resonating with a depth that drew everyone in. "Where have you been concealing all this boldness?" I chuckled softly, shaking my head in disbelief. "Concealing it? Liam, this night is anything but ordinary for me." "You've got talent," Liam said with a grin, his eyes sparkling with mischief. "And I have a feeling you're enjoying this more than you're willing to admit." His teasing remark sparked a smile across my face, igniting a warmth that lingered in the air. He wasn't completely mistaken. In that moment, a thrilling sense of freedom washed over me as I allowed myself to be exposed, a delicate balance of strength and fragility intertwining within me. Suddenly, a memory emerged from the depths of my mind, long buried beneath the weight of responsibility and the monotony of daily life. "Do you truly believe this is something to marvel at?" I playfully crossed my arms, a glint of mischief dancing in my eyes. "Have you truly witnessed nothing at all?" Liam arched an eyebrow, a spark of curiosity igniting in his gaze. "What's this? What other secrets lie beneath the surface?" "I once immersed myself in the world of heels classes," I replied, letting the satin robe cascade from my shoulders to unveil the intricate lingerie that lay beneath. Vivid memories of a move or two linger in my mind. His eyes widened in astonishment as he stumbled back, his camera raised high, capturing the moment with fervent urgency. "All right, now it's time for you to reveal it to me." "Fine," I declared with a feigned gravity. "But you better not laugh." I moved closer to the silver pole, the atmosphere in the room thickening with a palpable sense of anticipation. Years had slipped by since I last found myself in a situation like this, yet the body remembers, and muscle memory has a way of awakening the past. With a swift motion, I discarded my heels, my fingers wrapping around the pole as I ascended effortlessly, then twisting into a mesmerizing spin. The movement flowed effortlessly, a reflection of the countless hours I had dedicated to honing my craft in the shadows of the past. Liam stood frozen, his camera slipping from his grasp as I flowed into a sequence of moves that felt both familiar and distant, awakening memories I thought were lost. A fireman twirled with precision, executed a graceful pirouette, and ascended the pole with audacious flair. The crimson glow danced upon the gleaming silver as I descended, each movement a blend of grace and assurance. And moan, as my feet touched the earth once more, I glanced over to find Liam erupting in applause, his smile radiant and heartfelt. "Mom, he shouted, rushing toward me with excitement. How was I oblivious to your ability to do that? I shrugged, my breath coming in quick gasps, a rush of exhilaration coursing through me. It felt like an eternity had passed. Long before you came into this world, I immersed myself in classes, seeking joy and adventure in every lesson. Who could have imagined that I would still possess it? Well, I'm officially impressed, he murmured, a hint of pride igniting in his voice. In that moment, the world faded away, and all that remained was the breathtaking presence before me. Wow, I breathed, captivated. You're beautiful. His voice, laced with sincerity, took me by surprise. He moved in, his lips brushing against my cheek, the heat of his affection enveloping me, lingering in the air like a whispered promise. You look absolutely stunning tonight, he said, taking a step back to let the moment linger between us. I truly mean it. In that fleeting moment, silence enveloped me, leaving me utterly speechless. His smile, coupled with the genuine admiration that laced his voice, transformed the moment into something truly profound. Thank you, I whispered, pulling the robe tighter around my shoulders as a shiver ran down my spine. Your words carry immense weight, Liam. The music transformed into a gentle melody, and I suddenly realized the profound silence enveloping the house. Outside the confines of his room, the world loomed like a shadow, distant and utterly irrelevant. In this intimate space, it was only the two of us, entwined in a connection so profound that no words could ever truly convey its depth. With a glint of excitement in his eyes, Liam lifted his camera once more, a smile spreading across his face as he prepared to capture the moment. Do you mind if I take one final shot? Alone by the pole, the world around you fades into the background, leaving only the raw essence of the moment. For a fleeting moment, doubt clouded my mind, yet the warmth of his encouraging gaze pulled me in, making it nearly impossible to say no. With a subtle lean against the pole, I allowed the robe to cascade effortlessly over my shoulders, locking eyes with him through the lens, a silent tension hanging in the air. The flash erupted, freezing a moment in time that would be etched in my memory forever. Perfect, he murmured, lowering the camera with a sense of finality. I couldn't help but laugh, shaking my head in disbelief at your effortless charm. Your talent as a photographer is truly remarkable. He edged nearer, a gentle warmth spreading across his features. Perhaps, he replied, a hint of skepticism in his voice. But I believe you're overestimating my abilities. From the very beginning, you were nothing short of remarkable, Mom. Fate has smiled upon me, granting the rare chance to witness it. His words struck me into silence. Amidst the playful banter, this moment resonated deeply, as if we had unearthed a hidden facet of our relationship that had been silently yearning to emerge. The evening unfurled slowly, the air thickening with a palpable stillness that wrapped around everything like a soft blanket. As the night deepened, Liam finally tucked his camera away, and we found ourselves in the warm glow of the kitchen, sharing a late-night cup of tea. Laughter bubbled between us, a delightful echo of my breathless, spontaneous performance that had left me gasping for air. The night wrapped around us like a soft embrace, pulling us deeper into its enchanting depths, making everything feel instinctively right and effortless. As I finally settled into bed, a tempest of emotions churned within me. A surge of pride washed over me, mingling with a deep joy that tugged at my heart, while nostalgia wrapped around my memories like a warm embrace, accompanied by an elusive feeling that danced just out of reach, teasing my senses. Liam was my everything, the beacon that guided me through the darkest storms of life. But tonight, he had bestowed upon me a gift I never knew I craved, a fleeting opportunity to embrace life once more. Tomorrow, the world would settle back into its familiar rhythm. As I surrendered to the embrace of sleep, the vivid memory of red light flickered in my mind, intertwined with echoes of laughter and the profound connection that tethered a mother to her son, an unyielding bond that transcended time. The following morning, an unsettling silence enveloped the house, heavier than ever before. Liam remained hidden upstairs, and as the minutes turned into hours, a gnawing curiosity took hold of me, compelling me to unravel the mystery of his silence. At this hour, He would typically be in the kitchen, the rich aroma of brewing coffee filling the air, or lost in the intricate mechanics of his camera. Instead, an eerie stillness enveloped the air, a palpable sense that something had irrevocably changed. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, I felt compelled to seek him out. As I ascended the stairs, I halted just outside his door, straining to catch any sound within. The faint sound of his voice reached my ears, a low murmur entwined with the subtle rustle of movement nearby. I rapped softly on the door, my heart racing, but I didn't linger for an answer. "Is that you, Liam?" I called out, the door creaking open before me. The sight before me froze me in place, a moment suspended in time. He lay on his bed, legs extended, camera clutched tightly in his hand. The screen flickered to life, casting a dim light that pulled me in as I recognized the images with a jolt of familiarity. Snapshots captured from the previous night. My photos, captured beneath the crimson glow, adorned in a satin robe, enveloped in a delicate veil of smoke. At the sound of my voice, he spun around, his hands clumsily scrambling to shut off the camera. His face burned a deep crimson as he shot up, deliberately steering clear of my eyes. "Mom," he stammered, his voice barely a whisper, as if the weight of the world hung on the edge of his words. I was lost in thought, oblivious to the world outside, when your presence suddenly broke through the silence. As I crossed the threshold, I shut the door with a decisive click, sealing myself within the shadows of the room. "Liam, it's okay," I whispered softly, my voice a soothing balm meant to calm the storm brewing within him. "What made you switch it off so abruptly? Reveal your secrets to me. Reveal your secrets to me." His fingers clenched around the camera, a sense of urgency coursing through him as he gazed down at it. "I didn't think you'd want to see them," he admitted, his voice trembling like a fragile leaf caught in a storm. There, the personnel stood ready. I flashed a gentle smile, gliding to the edge of the bed to sit beside him. "Liam, you captured those moments. Your trust means everything to me, and I can't wait to unveil what I've captured for you." For a fleeting moment he paused, his knuckles paling as he clutched the camera with a fierce intensity. His face was a canvas of crimson, the tips of his ears radiating warmth, yet after a moment of hesitation, he released a heavy breath and nodded, a reluctant surrender as he handed the camera to me. "I never intended for this to be so uncomfortable," he murmured, his eyes glued to the ground. "I needed to ensure that every detail was perfect." With a steady hand, I grasped the camera, flicking it on and delving into the gallery of images that awaited me. Every photograph captivated with its unique beauty. He had ensnared me in a glow I scarcely recognized, a blend of tenderness, power, and allure that seemed almost ethereal. In some pictures, I was captured in a moment of pure bliss, my head thrown back in laughter, the joy radiating from me. In others, the atmosphere shifted. A red light enveloped the scene, casting a warm glow that accentuated every intricate detail, creating a striking contrast between spontaneity and intention. "Liam," I whispered, my voice quaking as I stared at the haunting photos before me. "These are nothing short of extraordinary." At last, he lifted his gaze, a whirlwind of anxiety and anticipation flickering across his face. "Do you truly believe that?" I nodded, locking my gaze with his, the weight of unspoken words hanging in the air between us. "Your perspective on the world, your perception of me. It's something I struggle to articulate, a feeling that lingers just beyond the reach of language." A shy smile flickered across his lips, a subtle release of the tension that had gripped his shoulders. "I just wanted you to see how incredible you are," he murmured, his voice barely above a whisper, yet heavy with meaning. "Your unwavering support has meant the world to me, Mom, and I yearn to repay your kindness in some way." I placed the camera aside, my fingers intertwining with his as I offered a soft, reassuring squeeze. "Your generosity knows no bounds, Lee. You offered me more than you could ever comprehend." For a fleeting moment, we lingered in silence, the weight of unspoken emotions hanging in the air. His cheeks flushed under my intense gaze, yet within his expression lay a raw vulnerability, a poignant reminder of the remarkable journey he had undertaken. "You're blushing," I teased, my voice playful, Aiming to dissolve the heavy silence that hung between us, he let out a low chuckle, his fingers tangling in his hair as he savored the moment. He confessed with a sheepish grin, "I never thought you'd walk in while I was staring at them." "There's no reason to feel embarrassed," I said, as I returned the camera to him, our eyes locking in a moment charged with unspoken understanding. "What you've crafted is nothing short of breathtaking, and my heart swells with pride for you." As he grasped the camera, his fingers grazed against mine, and he cradled it tightly to his chest. "Thanks, Mom," he murmured, his voice barely above a whisper, yet brimming with unspoken feelings. "That holds immense significance." I leaned in, my lips brushing against his cheek, mirroring the tender gesture he had bestowed upon me the night before. His skin radiated warmth, and his eyes gleamed with a deep gratitude as a smile spread across his face. "I have to say, Liam, your talent is nothing short of extraordinary," I declared, rising to my feet. "Never allow anyone to sway your beliefs." As I stepped out of his room, I softly shut the door, the quiet click echoing in the stillness. A surge of pride and affection enveloped me as I recalled that moment. Liam was more than just my son. He was an extraordinary young man, brimming with talent, compassion, and an unwavering heart. The events of the previous night had unfolded in ways I could never have anticipated, weaving a bond between us that felt deeper and more profound than I ever thought possible. As I stepped into my own room, a smile broke free, illuminating my face with a warmth that felt almost electric. The snapshots captured moments of joy, echoes of laughter, and the raw honesty of shared vulnerability. Every moment pulsed with the thrill of creation, as if we were forging a world that belonged solely to us. Something genuine, unfiltered, and profoundly captivating.